I think Bitcoin offers hope. And I've said this many, many times. I dedicated hope.com to all things Bitcoin. If you live in a system where the fruits of all of your labor are converted into a currency which is debased inevitably, continually, and going to zero, you're just overcome by despair. Right? And the amount of despair, the degree of despair is just a function of how fast the currency is collapsing. And when you live in a nation where they're living under 100% inflation per year, you realize that everything you do and everything you're going to do is going to be siphoned away from you, right? And it's just hard to be happy, and it's hard to pursue happiness. You could almost say, your time horizon is shrunk, and the discount rate, the financial discount rate has got to be equal to the inflation rate. So when the discount rate is zero, when the inflation rate is zero, the discount rate is zero, when your money will last forever, which is what Bitcoin is, then your hopes, your aspirations, and your horizon is forever. And I could say to you, well, I get up every day to make Bitcoin a success because I know even if I fail, then I will leave a legacy, and someone 1,000 years from now will be happy that we made this work, right? And to the extent that I'm able to siphon energy into Bitcoin, then whatever that supports is going to continue. So I'm pretty energized by that. If you take the other extreme, when the inflation rate is 100%, and that means that everything you're doing is getting cut in half every 9 months or every year, depending on how you do the math, your time horizon is 36 months. I'm gone from this earth. It's almost like being given, you're given a terminal diagnosis. Okay, but it's worse than a terminal diagnosis because it's not just that you'll be gone. It's that your entire state will be gone. Mm-hmm. You don't even get the ability to write into your will, take care of my family and my friends, because it's all gone in 36 months. So in the absence of Bitcoin and in the presence of a collapsing economy, you're just overcome by despair. And in the presence of Bitcoin, it's like the sun comes out and there's light, and you can see a path to happiness, right? And the network is greater than you, right? Bitcoin is an ideology, it's a network, and one of the most profoundly ethical things about it is that in the pursuit of making it successful, you're helping not just yourself, but you're helping a lot of people you don't even know. Mm-hmm. You even, in Bitcoin, you even have the joy. I'll give you an example. If you took all the money in the world that you had, mm-hmm. right, and you invested it in a boat, and you took it out in the open ocean, you caught in a hurricane, and the boat sinks, and you die. In the fiat world, that is a disaster and a catastrophe. But in the Bitcoin world, if you invested all your money in Bitcoin and you died, and your private keys went to the bottom of the ocean, you've just made a contribution of your entire estate to the rest of the Bitcoin community, and everyone else is that much richer. And so it's the ultimate charitable pursuit if you were to simply go to the grave with your keys in your head, because you have contributed to everyone that was on that journey with you, pro rata, in an ultimately fair fashion. And if you're not sure, right, instead of you're a batshit crazy relative taking your money and wasting it on derelict pursuits after your death, you've actually contributed your wealth to the most honorable, ethical, responsible people that may not even be alive. Someone that'll be born 100 years from now will benefit from the fact that you simply took your Bitcoin keys to the grave it's the ultimate privatization and decentralization of charity. Instead of having some virtue signaling charitable organization saying you're not a good person unless you give us all your money so that we can use it after you're dead or while you're alive, right? Which is just more of this, kind of unwarranted seigniorage. Instead of that, Bitcoin basically privatizes virtue, privatizes charity, decentralizes all of these things so that you no longer have to depend on the government to think you're a good person. You no longer have to depend on a charity to think you're a good person.